Welcome to another one of my videos. This one's for Con 6th grade area of right triangles. We're going to talk about the formula for triangles, where that comes from and why they work. There's a couple different area of triangles. You'll see a couple different ways these are written out. You'll see the area of triangles written out one way will be the area is equal to 1/2 times the base times the height. That's one way you'll see it written out. The other way you'll see it written out is area is equal to the base times the height divided by 2. These are the two common ways that you'll see this formula written out. And it's important to realize why this formula works. And that's what we're going to talk about, why these formulas work. And we're going to look at that and go over why these work. So just remember these two formulas here. And let's take a look at why these formulas work. The reason is, if we take any triangle and if we rotate it about the midpoint of one of its sides, especially we're going to look at a right triangle here first. If we rotate it about the midpoint of its hypotenuse, which is along the side here, if we rotate that along the midpoint, we end up with a rectangle. So what we have here, a rectangle made up of two congruent triangles. So this area here is twice what the area of the triangle is. And the reason this works, we know how to find the area of a rectangle. We've already figured out how to do that. We know that the area of a rectangle is length times width, or base times height. So what we do with that is since we know how to find the area of the rectangle, which is base times height, we just divide that in half to get the area of a triangle, because the area of a triangle is half the area of a rectangle that it is formed by. Again, this works for any right triangle. If we rotate that about the hypotenuse, we get that rectangle made up of two congruent triangles, and we can find the area of that rectangle by multiplying the base and the height together, or the length and width, however we look at it. But then we got to divide it by 2 because we only want the area of one of the triangles, not both of them. So that's where we get those two formulas from. That's where we get those formula of the area is equal to the base times the height. This is a formula I usually use, divided by 2. This is one I remember because it's the base times the height, and then we divide it by 2 because it's made up of two triangles. So in this case, we would end up then with 5 times 6, and then whatever that is, we're going to divide it by 2. So we would end up with, that would equal 30 divided by 2. So the area of the triangle we started with would be 15. Okay, so that would be the area of this triangle. And that's what we'd put in there and submit in there. Let's go ahead and try one more here. Let's close that out. Go to another problem here. So on this one, the reason I wanted to try this one is, often on these you're going to be given 3 sides of the triangle. You got to decide which ones are the base or the height. On the right triangle, the key is it's the ones that always form a right angle. So we don't even worry about this one, the one on the slant. We worry about the ones that form a right angle. And one of these will be the base, one of them is height. It doesn't matter which one's which. Just realize one of them will be the base and one of them will be the height. Because again, if we rotated that, we would have a rectangle over here that would form our triangle. So if we rotated that, we would have our rectangle here that would form our rectangle, and our rectangle would be 4 by 7. So we can see this 8 has nothing to do with it. Okay, so to find the area of that triangle, we end up with the area would equal 7 times 4 divided by 2, which 7 times 4 is 28. So we can end up with 28 divided by 2, which would give us 14. So that's the area of that one. So that's what you're going to be doing on these, is finding the area of these. Again, remember, it's always the sides that make the right angle that you worry about. Don't worry, don't get distracted by the other side. Okay, good luck with these. You're going to be working on these. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know, or your teacher know. Have a good day. Bye.